Sam Heughan took a short break from filming Outlander Season 7 to pop into New York Comic-Con. He shared his thoughts on his breakout role, Jamie Fraser. Ironically, he believes his on-screen character would probably not give his real-life persona the time of day. He says Jamie would think Sam is nothing but a stupid actor. Join us as we scratch under the surface of this and Heughan's intense audition with Katrina Balfe. First up, Sam Heughan on Diana Gobbledone's novels. Heughan says up front that he thinks Gobbledone's novels are exquisite, and the historical context gives real flesh to the bones of the story. The way the story seamlessly jumps between Scotland and the United States at the time of the American Revolution means the scope and reach of the show are completely unique. Outlander Season 7 will be based on An Echo in the Bone, the Gobbledone novel, and it finds Claire and Jamie smack bang in the middle of the American Revolution. Lord John Grey, David Barry, and William, Jamie's illegitimate son, Charles Vandervaart, are fighting with the British. Lord John is doing his bit for intelligence, and William is in the army. For Heughan, the relationship between Willie and Jamie is both challenging and rewarding. He says it is based on the concept of unrequited love. While he can't be a father to his son or conventionally love him, he has found a way around that. At the same time, this dynamic also adds sparks to the relationship between Lord John and Jamie. Outlander Season 7 will run for 16 episodes, and this will make up for the doldrums in Season 6 that were caused by the pandemic. And of course, also Katrina Balfe's pregnancy. Heughan spoke about a few of the difficulties they encountered in Season 6. Firstly, he says the weather was really tough. It was a cold Scottish winter, and the shooting was tough. Then the subject material and the COVID protocols also made everything so much slower. But Heughan does add that, even though it's a shorter season, the feeling is dense and compact. Lots of stories were packed into reasonably little airtime, so it makes for exciting viewing. Sam's audition with Katrina was all kinds of intense. Stay with us. We're bringing you that in a moment. Now, Sam Heughan at NYCC. The NYCC audience was delighted that Sam Heughan had joined them. A legion of fans turned out to see the panel. Heughan said he didn't know how invested fans were in the series until he got an eyeful of social media in the early days and saw how high people's anticipation was running. Heughan was fantastic with the NYCC audience. When a woman asked him how he finds it in himself to cry when the scene demands it, he said Jamie is very stoic. He's not the kind of guy that openly weeps and is more inclined to hold things back. According to Heughan, Jamie is strong. The character is intense, and from an actor's perspective, it's great to play a character who bottles things up as much as Jamie does. Fans also wanted to know if Outlander would move past the 7th season. Gobbledone's series is already extended to books 8 and 9. Heughan's answer to this question was predictable. Nothing has been officially said or released yet. Also, that intense audition with Katrina Balfe. Heughan's memoir, Waypoints: My Scottish Journey, is already on the shelves in select bookstores. In it, Heughan details how Katrina landed her Outlander role. Katrina and Sam's on-screen chemistry is unmistakable. They've given fans 6 seasons of romance and passion, even while centuries separated them. Before the show went into production, Heughan says it was critical that the chemistry had to be electric between him and the actor that would play his time-traveling lover. When Claire stepped up and they did the read-through, their parts comfortably solidified into the pair we've come to know and love in the series. During the audition, a casting director asked Balfe to read one of the most famous scenes of Season 1, the tense exchange between Jamie and Claire that happens in the episode The Reckoning. This is where Jamie delivers that tortured line, "You're ripping my guts out, Claire." The two characters have established an enduring love, but they are also able to act quite antagonistic in their real-life relationship, out of frustration and love, and in the heat of the moment, the two started tearing at each other until the director eventually called time. Heughan says it was both emotionally and physically intense. They were both breathless. She was wrapped in his arms. They both knew at that moment that Claire and Jamie had just started existing as a proper on-screen couple. Heughan also has a memoir on bookshelves now. It's called Waypoints. and we'll be telling you more in a moment. Don't go away. Then, Heughan on Balf's breakout role. Heughan says he was immediately protective over Balf when Outlander went on set for season 1. This was a huge leap for her, and he felt he wanted to support her in the same way Jamie supports Claire. He said that was the kind of dynamic that had almost instantly developed between them, and then they started amplifying and exploring that when the cameras started rolling. The off-screen relationship between the two is close, but he has also developed a solid friendship with Diana Gabaldon, the author of the books the series is based on. Heughan often teases, saying she has told him how Claire and Jamie's story ends. But of course, he adds, he's been sworn to silence. He calls Gabaldon a fascinating and wonderful woman who can write so many motivations and subtleties into her characters. By the time Series 1 was in production, she'd already written 8 out of a planned 10 novels. The narrative was plotted out in her head, and she was able to tell Heughan the events of the as-yet unwritten last book's final chapter. Now, what is Waypoints all about? Heughan did a 100-mile, 6-day solo journey deep into the heart of the Scottish Highlands, and Waypoints is essentially about the intimate self-discovery the actor experienced while doing the hike. It touches on personal details like the fraught relationship with his dad, drama school rejections, sad auditions, and a host of really unhealthy diets he followed while trying to get into just the right shape for various roles. There are also scores of unseen pics from the actor's life. These span from his early teens to the Waypoints hike, and also behind-the-scenes images from Outlander. Outlander Season 7 will see the return of several characters from the past, including Dougal Mackenzie and Geillis Duncan, and the recasting of Jamie Fraser's sister. And New York Comic Con was the spot for major Outlander announcements. Season 7 has been the subject of frustration due to the delays, excitement, speculation, and just general social media buzz all through 2022. With Season 6 dropping in May, viewers' appetite for Season 7 seems to have grown even stronger. At the New York Comic Con, David Barry made several announcements about the upcoming season. Lord John Grey will be returning, but so will many others. Dougal Mackenzie is back. He's Jamie's uncle, the one killed shortly before the Battle of Culloden. Marcelly's mother, Leary Fraser, is back too, as is young Ian's dad, Ian Murray. Remember, he's also Jamie's brother-in-law, and Claire's frenemy, Geillis Duncan, a fellow 1960s time traveler, also returns. They are played by actors we've come to love and appreciate: Graham McTavish, Nell Hudson, Stephen Cree, and Lotte Verbeek. Roger Mackenzie's ancestors, Geillis Duncan and Dougal Mackenzie, are both dead, so they will probably appear in dream sequences or flashbacks. The others, however, are still alive and kicking. To hear what the Season 7 newcomers have to say, watch until the end of the video. Meanwhile, there's also been a recasting. Usually, this only happens in daytime dramas, but Outlander has recast Jenny Fraser's role. She's young Ian's mom and Jamie's sister. Originally, the part was played by Laura Donnelly, but after Season 3, she had to be written out because Donnelly became unavailable. Kristen Atherton will now take over the role. Joan McKimmey, Jamie's stepdaughter and Marcelly's sister, will be returning too. Layla Burns plays the part, and Andrew Whipp will be playing Brian Fraser, Jamie's dad. Showrunner Matthew B. Roberts says this is one of the most enjoyable aspects of telling such an epic story. Time travel allows the production to revisit places and characters, and on the back of this, it enables the show to welcome back all kinds of familiar faces in Season 7. And there's not only the familiar cast. New faces will appear in the 7th season too. Mercy Woodcock, a free black woman in colonial America, will be played by Gloria Obiano. Benedict Arnold, the soldier turned traitor during the Revolution, will be played by Rod Hallett. Rob Cameron is a new acquaintance of Brianna and Roger, and will be played by Chris Fulton. Buck Mackenzie is Dougal Mackenzie's ill illegitimate son and will be played by Dermot Murtaugh. Other new cast members were announced before NYCC. These include Izzy Meikle-Small, who plays Rachel Hunter. Denzel Hunter will be played by Joey Phillips. Finally, hear what the newcomers have to say. Firstly, the show is eager to welcome newcomers on board and introduce them to the broader Outlander family. And nobody can wait to see Rachel and Denzel come to life on camera. Denzel is eager to join the Continental Army, where he can put his skills as a surgeon to the test. He also believes liberty is a sacred gift that needs to be protected at all costs. Rachel joins him, and that is how their journey starts. Meikle-Small says Rachel is somewhat conflicted by all of this. She has to go, but there's no real desire on her part. Meryl Davis, Outlander's executive producer, previously said William Ransom is a sterling role. It's one fans have been looking forward to. It was a daunting task to find the right actor, someone with both physicality and talent to play Jamie's illegitimate son. But Charles Vandervaart had exactly the right combination of charisma and talent to win the producers over. Now, everybody is super excited to see what he will bring to the multi-layered journey of William. Outlander Season 7 has filled the air with anticipation. Fans are talking and chomping at the bit for news about the release date. As soon as we know, we'll tell you. And that, folks, is how we end this video. Thanks for joining us. Remember, hit like, subscribe, and follow, and keep your eyes open for our next contribution.